On this episode of Vo-Gus prospecting, I follow a rich seam of alluvial gravel, giving up 1.5 grams of gold every metre. Oh yeah, look at that for the first pan of the day. Woo-hoo. How was that for a first pan of the day? What's up guys, my name is Chris from Vo-Gus Prospecting. If you're new to the channel, a big warm welcome, and if you're an old moldy snuffle bottle like this one, welcome back. So today I'm going to keep following this pay streak and show you guys a few pans of what is considered to be super rich industrial grade pay. Oh, look at that pay dirt. That rock's coming out. Safety squint. That should be in a classifier. Better. Alright, let's see how we go. Second pan in. As usual, the gold's richest on the bedrock, so and this was straight from underneath that piece of cracked bedrock. Have a look at the gold, would ya? Oh, I think that's a sapphire. Yep. We also just pulled a party sapphire. That is sweet. You know, I'm not 100% sure really what's up in these top layers, so I should really test those. Let's take a pan from up here. Sand. There's a little bit of gravel in it. There's a little bit of gravel. Alright. Let's see if that top stuff, just sand, has any gravel. We've got ironstone. Oh, I've got a little bit of gold at the top there. Oh yeah. Well, now I know where that super fine gold's coming from when we high bank this spot. Have a look at this. That is a lot of super fine gold. Because we're looking at today from an industrial mining standpoint of view, you have to remember a thing called dilution. Dilution is a problem that both happens in hard rock and in alluvial mining. The idea is simple. The vein in hard rock that you're working, or the pay layer on the bedrock here in the gravel that you're working, might be going 1.5 grams to the meter in the alluvial. It might be going 2 ounces to the ton in the hard rock. But to work the hard rock, you have to take out enough rock for you to physically fit your machines or your body into that wall, which means you've got to take rock that doesn't have any gold or very minimal gold around it, therefore reducing your overall amount. The same goes for alluvial. I've got to take the top dirt as well as the bottom dirt just so I can access the bottom dirt. So this is really good because it's got a fair amount of fine gold at the top. Alright, let's see what we've got for that pan. Way more ironstone in it, off the bedrock. Oh yeah, look at the gold. Oh man, let's see if I can zoom in on that. Every pan is starting to look absolutely golden, and we picked up a few more sapphires here at the end. I got a bit of work to do down there, so I'm going to clear some area, do some more pans, and when I turn the metal detector on to see if we can't find any chunky bits, I'll bring you back in. And so I set to work chasing that pay layer. Every pan was returning excellent gold. Whilst the ground was fantastic and the gold kept coming, certain things happened that I couldn't control. 6th pan in, the gold is staying really consistent. I am mixing the bottom pay layer with the top pay layer, so we are getting that dilution factor. But I just found this. This is what's called a devil's dice, basically an iron crystal. And when you find these, you usually find really decent gold. The weatherman lied once again. He said that it was meant to be thunderstorms all night, all day. Woke up this morning, no thunderstorms, checked the radar, no weather. But we just started getting a little rain. See how this goes. I swear if I touch my bum to the water one more time, I'll get cranky at the water. Rightio, this brings us up to 12 pans. We're going to do one more for 13, baker's dozen, and then we're going to break out the metal detector. Once again, we've got a nice sapphire. It looks like a sapphire, isn't it? It is a sapphire. There you go. So we've got a nice little sapphire. And heaps of fine gold, heaps of it. Look at the fine gold we've got there. I've taken 13 pans worth of dirt out of this spot this morning. Originally it started at this point and came all the way across into this water here. So I've basically taken 30 centimeters worth of dirt from the roots down to the pay layer. In the few high banking sessions we've done in this spot, I've found maybe 2 or 3 pieces that were detectable sized bits of gold. So we're going to turn on the gold cruiser and see if we can't get lucky and find a nice chunk. Today I'm running Bogine settings, which means that you have your sensitivity turned to maximum, your threshold turned off, your tracking turned on, and it gives you a really good target response in heavily mineralized ground. Right, the only obvious signal I got was just up here. Okay, I like it when the bedrock comes apart like that. Well, we definitely didn't get a nugget, but we got above average gold for this spot. That is a lot of specks, and there's a few sapphires and gems in there, plus a lot of iron, and I reckon that's what was giving us that faint signal. I'm willing to bet this is what was giving us the signal. It's super heavy, sits with the gold, and you can see the rust staining coming off of my fingers from it. It's a rock, but it's just got a lot of iron in it. There's ominous lightning noises down there and big flashes of light, so I am going to call it a day. I'm going to take you home, we're going to clean up this gold. This is what the contents of my snuffer bottle look like after just 16 pans. There's a lot of gemstones in here, so I'm just going to take my tweezers, go through and pull some of the sapphires out. Right before we weigh out the gold, I just wanted to let you know that if you wanted to support my channel, you can check out the description below where there's a heap of links to a whole heap of stuff, including giveaways that are completely free to enter. How cool is that? Go down there, check it out. But now we're going to get the gold all cleaned up. This is the gold I found all cleaned up next to a Clash Guitars pick and an 1800s gold plated ring I found for a bit of scale. And these are the gemstones I recovered from that same run. Most of these are sapphires. There are a couple little garnets in there. There's probably nothing of gem quality, but they are pretty cool to collect. I'm going to add them to the jar of gems I've been collecting over the last 2 months. But now it's time to get this on the scales. For just 16 pans, that is a pretty decent amount of gold. I'm going to guess we've got a 0.19 in there. What do you think? Wow, okay, we shot past my guess by a long way. 0.45. That's a freaking good take for 16 pans. 0.45 grams of gold is worth $35.79 Australian at the time of recording, which is freaking phenomenal for just 16 pans. Okay, so while that's a phenomenal result from just 16 pans, we're looking at this from an industrial standpoint. Every single snakeskin pan holds 2.5 litres of classified dirt. There's roughly 1,000 litres to a cubic metre or cubic yard of soil. Therefore, there's 400 pans to every cubic metre. I did 16 pans, and that means we can work out our per metre rate by timesing it by 25. Which gives us 11.25 grams of gold per cubic metre. But that's only if you take it off the bottom, because pretty much 80% of my pans were just the bottom, and only a few of those pans were diluted with the topsoil. And that's why I talked about dilution earlier in the video. It's a very important factor to take into account. And we've already done those tests. We're averaging between 1.5 and 2 grams of gold per metre of dirt that we work there. Now, in shows like Gold Rush, they're pumping up to 200 meters of dirt through their wash plants in a single hour, or $23,000 worth. So I hope that's shone a little bit of light on industrial mining for you. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you did enjoy it, and until our next adventure, epic music and an outtake. That was way wider than I thought it was going to be. Safety squint.